Take two. Let's roll it back to the beginning.
Scratch that. Reverse it.
Hi, welcome to the Show Up Loud podcast. I'm Emily.
I'm Jillian.
And we're two concert-obsessed besties here to talk about live music.
Again.
On today's episode, we are going to talk about our local festival. We have a local radio station called K-Rock, and they have been hosting a local music festival for many, many years. Definitely since we were children, maybe since before we were born. And so back in 2015, we started going to these local festivals. We started with one that was a little smaller called Dysfunctional Family Barbecue.
But that was the start of it all.
It really was.
Our rabbit hole.
It was the start of us going to concerts together, and it was also the start of the tradition where we always try to go to a concert kind of around your birthday, and then we always try to go to a concert around my birthday. And I feel like it's been getting better even the past few years.
We have this thing, we just keep like topping it as the years go on.
I honestly don't think I can beat this year.
No. That and the Limp Bizkit one it's going to have to get moved to the second.
Yeah. So we're going to just kind of talk through all of our experiences at these festivals. We've got a lot of funny stories about things that happened and just chaos that we got involved in during them.
There's a reason why we both have the word chaos tattooed on us.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we started with this, like I said, we started with Dysfunctional Family Barbecue, which was
May 23rd, 2015.
Right. So exactly on your birthday. And that was
the day before.
Oh, I thought you said 24th.
23rd.
Gotcha.
Maybe it was me. I don't know.
No, I think that was me.
Oh, oops.
I think after this past weekend.
You're shot.
And I'm
so fucking shot.
I am really though. So with it being right around your birthday, I said we have to go to a concert together. We hadn't been to a concert together yet. So this really started it all.
Yeah.
I bought us tickets to go. And one of the reasons I really wanted to go see this show was Hinder was the headliner, and love them. It was their first time that I saw them. Not the first time that I saw them, but the first time that I saw them with the new singer.
Yep.
Which unfortunately ruined it for me a little bit, and I don't like them as much anymore. But it was still like I had to go see, you know.
Oh yeah.
I had to go see.
It's also the infamous concert where you ditched me. Thanks.
I will never live that down.
Never.
No.
Ever. If you die before me, I'm going to make sure in your eulogy everybody hears about it.
Yeah. Actually, I can really see you doing that.
I would.
Yep. Rest in peace to the bitch who left me to get barricade at Hinder.
Bitch.
So that was the first time that we discovered tailgating with Jello shots.
Yeah. Just like how you don't take candy from strangers, don't take Jello shots from fellow K-Rockians, I guess.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because, no.
And I mean, that time it went okay. Mostly.
From what I remember.
But we were trash. We were absolutely trash.
Well, yeah, it's a rite of passage.
Yeah.
You have to go to a tailgating event before. Like, you have to pregame before this event. You can't just go in blind.
No, you got to already have a nice little buzz.
Not like tripping through the front gate, but like maybe leaning to the left a little bit, you know, as you're coming in. Like that's like the sweet spot there.
Exactly. And we drank so heavy back then in general.
The EMTs were so busy.
They were just constantly circling the place.
Yeah, out in the parking lot and at the event too. Like you just saw people just... A lot of it, I think, was underage kids, too, that were, like, you know, bouncing around at the tailgates. But that you just see them laying around everywhere at EMTs. We need one over here. We need one over here. It was like a war zone.
It really was.
You actually had to watch where you were walking.
Yes, there would be people just, like, puking in the middle of the walkway. Not even, like, over behind a tree, but, like...
Or, like, into a trash can. Like, it just... Bleh.
Yeah. Because we started so early, you know?
Yep. Yeah, because back then, tailgating started at like 10 or 11 a.m. and then they opened the gates at like 1 or 2.
Yeah. really good time, though. I mean,
It was.
at least what I can remember. And I will say, like, that was probably the first time I ever was barricade anywhere.
Yeah.
And you know,
You just disappeared on me.
it got me hooked too. And so,
So we watched all the other bands, and Devour the Day was up before Hinder. So, and this was being like my first time being in a crowd, anything. So you're like, follow me. I can get us up to the barricade. It's easy. You just stick right behind me. We're good. And all of a sudden, I just see woo, and your hands just slowly disappearing in the crowd. I'm trying to keep up with you, but everybody's looking at me like I have two heads. So now I can't find you. I can't find the people we came with. I'm like, oh shit, I'm stuck. So I just kind of like stood still and just kind of helped everybody with the crowd surfing. I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing.
I definitely got kicked in the head at that show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because where I ended up at the barricade was right where the crowd surfers kept coming out most of the time.
Yeah.
And it was kind of crazy. But so that was our kickoff to our obsession. And then we went to Krockathon later that year for my birthday.
Yep, on July 25th.
Also the day before my birthday. So what was the lineup for that one?
So the lineup was Adelita's Way, We Are Harlot, Trapped, Nothing More, Shannon's Harvest, Sons of Texas, Fit for Rivals, Resolve, In This Moment, Breaking Benjamin, and Shinedown.
You know what's funny is I had forgotten that we had technically seen Nothing More. Like so long ago.
I remembered.
Yeah, I didn't
because I still remember seeing the crowd. Like I started fading out around Trapped. Yeah. But I remember bits and pieces of Nothing More being up on stage. And it's like etched into my brain. And I think it's going to be forever. And I wish I had like, I think K-Rock actually posted a photo of it many years ago. Nothing More was on stage and the crowd was so packed for Nothing More. It was like they were the main headliner back then. And all you see is it looked like a new day and age Woodstock photo. Like you just saw heads. Yeah. And then Nothing More on stage. It was just such a gorgeous photo. And like the whole memory itself is just like.
When I was looking up clips for our last episode, I came across some clips of Nothing More from this exact Krockathon. And I was just like, they look like babies. Like compared to just seeing them, you know, last month. I was like, holy crap. Like they didn't do like all of the body paint yet.
Yeah.
So it was just, you know, him up there.
But it's the same energy though.
No,
like,
definitely.
He definitely knows how to have a good time up on stage and throw out energy into the crowd too. Like, amazing. Yeah.
So this Krockathon is probably my number one concert memory story of all time. Because of how the day unfolded and where it ended up. So you started getting a migraine probably around Trapped that day.
Migraine.
Yeah. You were not great.
No.
Not great.
I was not.
So after Nothing More, we had kind of backed away from the stages so that you could try to get some rest. And you rested for a little bit, but you were like, I'm not gonna come out of this. I gotta go home. So you and your ex-husband left. So then
right when In This Moment was coming up on stage, and I was so pissed because that was my first time seeing them. Yeah. And I was like, oh, I want to see.
So then it was me, my ex-husband, his mother, and his sister still there.
Oh, and her boyfriend was there too.
Oh, yeah.
Now husband, but it was her boyfriend then. Yep.
Yeah. So it was the 5 of us, and we, you know, went up and we watched In This Moment, and that was my first time seeing them, and started that lifelong obsession. And everything was going great, and then it kind of started to rain.
Yeah.
And so
I was at home, and it started to rain, and they started posting severe storm watches at that point. I was like, oh.
Yeah, so then it started to rain before Breaking Benjamin came on. So Breaking Benjamin got a little delayed because it was raining. And when that happened, my ex-husband's mom left, I think. Oh, yeah, I wrote it down. The order. Yeah, so then his mom left. And I think we lost track of his sister. I'm not really sure when they exactly left.
Well, she also, like me, partook in the mystery Jello shot roulette. So
yeah, it's very possible that was part of it.
yeah, so she kind of dipped. Her and her husband kind of dipped out at that point too.
So then it's just me and my ex-husband, and we're watching Breaking Benjamin. And first of all, I have to say, I love Breaking Benjamin. I listen to their music all the time. However, when I saw them live, I was disappointed.
Yeah.
They did not have the energy that I expected based on their music. And honest to God, like, I was just kind of like, oh, okay, this is disappointing. And I left to get beer. Like, I was just like, okay, I'm not invested.
Yeah.
And then I start arguing with my ex-husband, and I can't even remember what it was
I don't
about.
remember what it was about either, because the whole mystery of all of this is your phone eventually either was dying, like super low.
It was already dying during Breaking Benjamin.
Yeah.
It was already on its way, like, low. And maybe we were arguing about leaving. Like, I could even see that being the thing. Maybe he was like, all right, let's go. And I'm like,
no, I'm not leaving.
I'm not leaving.
Right.
I'm not leaving. So eventually, like, he kind of yells at me, and I say, oh, fucking well, and he leaves too. So now I am
solo.
I am the last one standing.
And then I find out that you're by yourself because, in true form, your now ex-husband texted me bickering about his
whatever
version of what just happened, because woe is me. And I'm like, wait, so you left her there and she doesn't have a phone? He's like, yep.
So when I was there, so started pouring again after he left. We're all waiting in the pit for Shinedown to come out, but they're getting delayed because of it. So it's like I'm banding together with these random people. We're all like, because back then your phone could not handle rain. This was not like in the days where
this was still your pink flip Razor phone.
It was one of those. I'm pretty sure it was a Motorola.
That, or it was that, or your Switch, whatever that phone was.
No, I think it was the Motorola flip.
Was it?
Not the Razor one, the like silver one I had. Yeah. So it was maybe like 5 or 6 of us, just random people I met in the pit. And we're all like circled around, like creating almost like an umbrella with our bodies so that people could like have dry cigarettes and like, their phones wouldn't get wet and stuff. But we're having a great time and we're like committed. We're not leaving.
We're not leaving.
Unless they tell us that Shinedown's not coming out at all, we're not leaving. And because so many people kept like giving up,
you kept getting closer.
We kept getting closer and closer. So by the time Shinedown actually did come out, there was maybe like 8 people in front of me.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was badass. And so the show happens or whatever. Great show. Kind of kept raining a little bit throughout of it. Very much similar to what we went through at Incarceration with Marilyn and Slipknot. Where
back
we were
then,
soaked.
when it was Chevy Court, that whole area used to flood so bad.
It was a mud pit for real.
Yeah,
absolutely. So then the show ends, and
I have no way of getting a hold of her. So I'm like,
I'm a drowned rat. My phone is dead. I am wandering out of the gates of the Chevy Court, literally just like, oh, I hope somebody came to get me.
And luckily, I dragged my husband at the time down with me, and we were luckily able to park at the main gate. Because I wasn't supposed to. There was a cop that came over and told me I needed to leave, and I explained like the short rundown version of it to him.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, he goes, okay. He's like, yeah, you know what? You're fine. He goes, if anybody, gives you a problem, give them my name and tell them I decided you could stay. And then like just maybe like 5 or 10 minutes after the gates open and everybody starts walking out is when I see this drowned rat just walking, shivering. She's just looking around, and I'm like, my migraine hungover self is trying to yell, but also like, ow. I'm like, I'm over, ow, here.
And I don't even remember actually seeing you because of course I was also drunk.
Yes.
I just remember you had the blue Civic at the time, and so it was bright blue, and I saw the blue, and I said, oh, okay.
I remember my husband being like, yes, Emily, come this way, come on, girl, this way. And you're like, okay.
Because at that time, too, I was also like 90 pounds soaking wet.
Yes.
So, like, I could not handle this level of rain and wet and cold. Like,
And of course, you wore the white tank top with the rhinestone smiley face on it. It's like just completely.
Yep. God, that was crazy.
They're like, oh, you didn't get your choker back. And you're like, no.
I just kind of crawled into the back seat and just sat there like,
It was summertime out. And getting over a migraine. So like heat's the worst thing for me. And I had the heat blasting just so that you could warm up in the back seat because you were shivering. Like you could, if I stopped at the light, you could feel the car just barely like
it's trembling with me.
I'm like, damn, she's fucking cold.
Yep. But
and then neither one of us like came back to earth for like a day.
No, really. That was a rough recovery.
Was a seriously rough one.
And what's so funny is like that really just cemented my attitude of like, I'm not going to leave.
Yeah.
And like, remember when we were going to incarceration and I literally told you, I said, here's the car key.
We brought her spare car. Her spare key fob. So she's like, if you feel sick or whatever, just go.
Yep.
You don't have to look for me, wait for me. You got it. Just take off.
Exactly. Because I was just like, you know me. I'm not going to leave. Oh, man. So that was Krockathon 20. And then the next year, they changed up the Krockathon format, which was unfortunate.
Yeah.
It was no longer just like an open field with stages.
We went to the amphitheater.
Yeah, they moved it over to the amphitheater because we had just finished building that in our city. Which, don't get me wrong, I love that they built it because it's really brought us so many good shows that we would have never got before. Mm-hmm. But it's not the right place for a festival.
No.
It didn't make sense. So we did go to it because Korn was headlining.
Yep. So it was DED, Yellow Wolf, Skillet, Stone Sour, and Korn.
Yes. And there was just, I mean, so many things on that. Like, I wanted to see Yellow Wolf. Your ex-husband wanted to see Yellow Wolf.
Mm-hmm. He wanted to see Skillet, too.
Yes. And I wanted to see Skillet also.
And we actually didn't know that Stone Sour was going to be there. So I was geeking out because I'm such a Corey Taylor fan. So I was all over the place when they were out.
And I remember you saying, you were like, it may not be Slipknot, but it's close enough.
Yes. I'm like, it's still Corey Taylor. I'll take it.
Yep. And so we got tickets to that. We went and we pre-gamed that shit hard.
Yeah, I mean, it was all of the events actually that we just talked about, they actually all had decent weather except for the one you were just talking about with Shinedown. But other than that, every time we went, it was gorgeous. But this, I mean, the weather was great. We were so drunk and we forgot snacks. So all you had in the back of the SUV was those peppered Triscuits that I can still to this day not eat ever again.
I literally wrote down, I said eating Triscuits.
Yeah, the peppered ones.
Yeah, so we that was the first time
just thinking about it.
That was the first time that like we actually prepared our own like pregame tailgate in our own car because we had the Jack Daniels
and the Coke
and the Coke. So we're making our own Jack and Cokes.
But we forgot the water at the house.
Of course we did.
Because we
hydration.
What's that? Someone, because it was both our ex-husbands and then our friend came along too. One of the three guys bought a pack of water, and we just never put it in the truck when we left. Oops, whatever.
So we're drinking, we're having a good time, we're eating Triscuits since that's the only thing that we have. And then we go in, see the show. My ex-husband like abandoned us. Yes. Remember that? So then like his friend like literally had to take care of me because I was like getting pretty drunk at this point. Yeah. I was gone.
Well, that was the whole vibe though. So like, I mean, obviously we were all drinking at these events, but something about this particular K-Rock that was on July 19th, that one, oh my God, it was like everybody was just like balls to the wall drinking.
Yeah. We kept going back to the beer. Like every time you'd run out of a beer, drink the beer.
Drink the beer. Hey, I finished the beer. What'd you win? Another beer.
Yes, exactly.
And then they had the 2 beer rule. So we would all just take turns like grabbing 2 beers at a time. Yep.
So I was pretty wasted by the end of Skillet.
Yeah. Well, you made it through a little bit of Stone Sour.
Yeah. And then it was before Stone Sour ended. I had to go puke.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then we still couldn't find your husband, so his friend walked you back to the SUV.
No, no,
Oh
no.
no, that's right.
That was when I think somebody might have gone and gotten him and been like, she needs to go back to the car.
I think it was now that you say that, I think it was his friend's girlfriend or something that wasn't too far from us.
Right. Yeah.
Because she saw that, they were
something was going on.
bouncing around and stuff. So I remember you going back to the car because actually now his friend and my ex-husband and I, we were the only three left, and his friend passed out in the grass afterwards.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Before corn started. But yeah, so I'm back in the car sobering up. And you guys are supposed to be seeing corn.
Supposed to be, keyword.
Yeah, but you said that the kind of pit situation got out of control real fast.
He came out, I mean, it was so cool too, because he came out with Chutes and Ladders, and I don't know, once the main beat dropped, it was such a fucking riot. And I don't mean that in a good way. Like, I don't know what happened, but there was like some big ass fight that turned into a brawl. Like, it started with just like maybe like 5 or 6 people, and then within the blink of an eye, it was like 40 or 60 people fighting.
Damn.
And then the mosh pit, because I guess the police were working on that fight, the mosh pit got so out of control, there were people getting hurt left and right, and then they couldn't get that pit to like calm down. So, and then with our friend passed out on the ground, I said to my ex-husband, I'm like, grab him, throw him over your shoulder. We're going to have to leave. We got to go. Like,
it's too much.
We literally were like
for the
ducking
level
and
of
diving.
intoxicated.
Yeah.
You know, it's one thing if you're like clear-headed and you can like navigate it and like go over here or whatever. But when you're wasted and you're not like able to,
get out of the way.
Yeah. That's a different story. But yeah, so I'm at the car and I see you guys kind of start to hobble over because like I had the windows down. Like at this point, I've sobered up and I'm just
and because we're on the lake, it got cool too.
Yeah.
So like you had the windows down and there's like a nice breeze coming through. It was really nice. That's why I was saying the weather was really good that day.
So I see you guys hobbling over and I can still hear the band going, so I'm kind of confused because you know me, I don't fucking leave. But
the one and only time you did.
Literally the one and only time I've ever left a show. Mm-hmm. That was crazy. Mm-hmm. But so you guys come hobbling over her and then you give me the sort of drunken retelling the best you can about why you guys left. And I'm just like, oh, okay, I guess,
We'll clear this up in the morning. When we sober up, I guess.
Yeah. So I get you guys all in the car.
Oh, wait. We got a free porn video show.
You're right.
We left. So there was a pickup truck parked in front of us, and we're all just like drunkenly trying to re-explain why we left the corn part of the show so early. And shit you not, this couple came walking back. Must be they were behind us or something, but parked in front of us, and he had her up on the tailgate, and so we kind of had like a dinner and a show before we left, and then that was interesting.
So I go the back roads because y'all are rowdy, and I cannot handle this on the highway. I'm like delirious. Like I did sober up before we left, but just from the day and everything, I was like, not
you were kind of already
great.
In the hangover like portion of it. So like you said, you were already sobered up, but you were like, my head hurts, my stomach's thrown off,
and like, y'all are rowdy in the back.
Yes,
and so I'm like, we're gonna go the back road just because I don't want to be like barreling 55 down the highway right now with how I feel.
And then my ex-husband and I are battling who gets to take over on our friend because he's passed out so bad. He's doing the thing where he's like drunkenly asleep on you, and I'm like, get off of me.
I remember hearing y'all shoving back and forth.
No wonder why that dude got so sick when we got home.
Yeah.
Because we kept just like, ew, he's on me.
And honestly, thank God I took the back roads because about halfway through our route home, you say, you gotta pull over. So
yeah,
I pull over and you get out of the car and you just wander down this alleyway. And we are like in the city. I'm like, we should not be wandering down alleyways here. So I hop out the car to follow you. I hop out the car to follow you because I'm like, we do not need to be alone in alleyways at like midnight, okay? And so yeah, so you had to get sick before we could even get the rest of the way home.
I was fine until you hit that pothole.
Well, here's the problem. Is I said we're going to go the back roads, thinking it would be a nice, easy drive. No, the whole area was in construction. The whole area.
I was all right. I was planning on getting sick at home.
Yeah.
At your place here.
Yeah.
And then we hit that pothole, and that's when I was like, pull over, pull over, pull over. You're like, okay.
Oh my God, it's funny you say that. I just realized that that's the year I got this house.
Yes.
Because for DFB, we were at the other place.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And then for Krockathon,
we literally moved you in between.
Yeah. Yep. Oh. Okay. But yeah, so I remember the next day feeling like I was dying.
We were all passed out. This place looked like a frat party afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
I was passed out on the couch. I think we had a couch on the porch, so that's where your husband's friend slept, because that's as far as he could make it.
Yep.
After throwing up in the yard. Yep.
And then, yeah, I just remember, because unfortunately, that was the night that Chester Bennington passed away.
Mm-hmm.
And so I will always remember that next morning, we were all together. And I remember sitting on the back of the couch, just kind of like trying to wake up, opening my phone.
Yeah.
And then being like, oh my God.
And then all of us crying about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was hard.
That was definitely a rough one.
Mm-hmm.
So then after that year, we had a couple years off from Krockathons because that was like 2018, 2019. Actually, so that was 2018, wasn't it?
No, July 19th, 2021.
No, it wasn't.
No?
Nope.
Well.
It's Krockathon 21, but it's not 2021. Because 2021, I was already sober.
Oh, that's right.
So I know it can't have been that. But
I don't know, they all blur together to me.
There was one Krockathon that we didn't go to after that one.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason we didn't go was because we just didn't like the format of it being at the amphitheater.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out it worked out that we didn't go because they did a 2-night situation. One of the nights got fully canceled.
Yeah.
So it just ended up, not really working out very well. And then they didn't do it again for years. So I think they kind of realized, this isn't what people want.
But now we're back on our stomping grounds.
Yes. So they moved the festival back to the Chevy Court at the New York State Fairgrounds, which is where it originally was.
It's been in a couple of places throughout history. It used to be out in Weedsport.
Yeah, they've had other locations for it.
Yeah, but for the longest time, the majority of it, I want to say, if it wasn't at Weedsport, it was usually at the State Fair.
Mm-hmm. And that was, of course, our experience with it was it being at the State Fairgrounds. Yeah. So, not this year, but the year before, they brought it back to the fairgrounds. And we didn't go last year.
For a few different reasons.
Yeah. So we didn't go last year, but honestly, that was okay. The lineup wasn't as good as it was this year last year.
I wasn't too impressed with it, but I was actually, I won't say what band, but I was actually dating one of the drummers for
on the lineup from last year. Yeah.
And we actually had broken up a week before. Yeah. So I was like, I definitely don't.
Yeah, because originally we had planned that we were going to go.
And we were already at Limp Bizkit the day before. So it was literally going to be one of those things where we were actually going to be an hour late getting to Krockathon.
Because we were just going to drive straight from
Bethel
out there.
Yeah. All the way to not even go home, change nothing. We were literally going to get ready at the hotel, drive the 2+ hours back, straight to the fair.
Right into Krockathon.
And then go right into that event.
Yeah.
So we had a whole mess of reasons why it just didn't work out for us, which was okay because it made up for it this year.
Totally. So this year they announced it's on my actual birthday. So I say, of course we have to go. Of
course.
Absolutely. So you get the tickets. We make our plans. We knew we were going to be a little tired because incarceration was the weekend before.
Mm-hmm. And we had just came back that Monday.
Yeah. So we came back that Monday and then had a couple days of rest and then jumped right back into the local festival on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
So we get there. First of all, so many improvements from the times in the way past because they had good food. Like
Very good food.
Very good food lineup, like all different places that we could choose from and stuff that was more on the healthier side. So we had these like Caesar salad subs that were just
they were amazing.
Perfect.
And they were for what you paid. I think it was like $18.
Mm-hmm.
That thing was literally like a Subway foot-long sub.
It was huge.
It was massive. I don't even think I finished all of mine because I was like, I am so full, I can't. Like there was no way.
We stopped and we got our free monsters.
Yeah.
Which was awesome. Oh, that's one of the jobs I applied for.
Oh, really?
To be one of those people who like gives the free monsters.
That's awesome.
Hell yeah. Because also like they do that at shows. So like, yes, please.
You're gonna get into a show.
Exactly. But so for not being 20 anymore.
Yeah.
Having food that is not just hamburgers and
or
hot dogs,
chips and mustard.
Exactly. It's really helpful. It's nice to be able to eat like a proper food before you go lose your mind in the pit. Yeah.
Yes. Especially with what unfolded for us that night.
Yes.
We had no plans on any of what happened.
I did not even go in with the intention of like really being in the pit because we had just done incarceration. I was like, let's just chill and enjoy the music.
That, and we brought one of our girlfriends with us who it was basically her first mosh pit experience.
Yes.
Like she wanted to go in and learn like, you know, how to help people with the crowd surfing and stuff. So we were like, well, you know, no better people to go with than us.
Yeah,
so,
like we've been through it a lot. So,
and we told her that's, you know, that's kind of like tying in with, you know, us wanting a break and not like wanting to necessarily be all the way up front.
Yeah, we thought we would go in for a little bit, like particularly during Alien Ant Farm.
Yes.
And then maybe just like chill for the rest or maybe hop back in a little bit at the end. But
yeah,
we weren't planning on any
like
of
if we got barricade, awesome. But if we didn't, like just as awesome.
It wasn't like this, like we're going to go hunt for it or anything.
Right. Not like what we did for incarceration. We held out.
Yes. So we were eating.
Well, wait, let's do this.
Yeah,
the lineup. So the lineup was School of Rock in Fayetteville. So that's like a class that, you know, some kids and teenagers can take. They learn how to play different instruments. And then it's just literally just like School of Rock, like the movie.
Yes.
You know, they put on a performance and they did great. And then they had the bands set it off. And then Alien Ant Farm. And then we got to see Candlebox and then nothing more.
Drowning Pool. Don't forget Drowning Pool.
Oh, and Drowning Pool too.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't need that book anymore.
Yeah. So we were eating during Set It Off, which I really liked them. They were really good. I don't think I've heard them before, honestly.
Me either, but I did like them.
I did like them. And then we were like, let's work into the pit and hang out over there for Alien Ant Farm. So we go in kind of in the in-between time
between sets.
And first of all, it was not that crazy yet. I mean, it was early in the day.
It was a little packed, but it wasn't like
crazy.
Super packed, no.
So we get in and we're pretty close to the rail. We're like, you know, maybe like 2-3 people away from the rail.
Yeah.
And
I'd say
then
that's about right.
We're sitting there waiting, and the people right in front of us on the rail decided to leave. So I stepped right forward and I claimed my spot.
Same.
And I said, I'm not moving from here for the rest of the day, because all of a sudden concert me just clicked on, and any let's take it easy thoughts left my brain immediately.
I didn't care that I had to pee. I did not care that my legs were getting swollen again. Like they did at incarceration. I was like, I'm done. I'm not moving.
I said, I'm here for the day.
Yeah, I'm literally not moving until this entire show is over with. Yep. And we were like dead center front rail.
It was an amazing spot. It was so good.
Like, I wish you guys could see the distance from us in the camera, but that's literally like how close we were to them. Like,
it was insane. And the way they kept coming like into the standing on the speakers and getting even closer to us. Like right in front of us. It was amazing. So Alien Ant Farm comes on. Their set was amazing, and it really felt like I was back in my teenage days.
I was back in high school again, for sure.
So much reliving high school.
I know, I love it.
I'm loving it.
Thank God all these bands are coming back.
I cannot wait to relive high school again this weekend.
Same.
So Alien Ant Farm came on, and that was great. Enjoyed it so much. Drowning Pool was after, and we had seen Drowning Pool at Incarceration the weekend before, but we didn't really see them. We didn't get into the pit when they played.
Yeah, we kind of hung out in the back because we were still wandering around.
Yeah. So to be able to see them from Barricade, oh my God.
So loud.
I can't believe I even had a voice after that single set. It was insane.
Mm-hmm.
And then, he came down up against the Barricade during Bodies.
He was literally 2 people away from me.
Yeah.
Looked into my eyes and was screaming during Step Up. I was like,
yup.
I'm dead.
And that's the thing too, is when you're right there, they can look at you, and they will.
And they do.
Mm-hmm.
And they lock eyes with you too. It's not like they're glancing at you. They will literally lock eyes with you while they sing in your face.
Exactly. It's fantastic.
Talk about melting into a puddle.
Remember when the lead singer of Nothing More came down on the thing and he held the microphone out and was just right at us?
Drums.
Drums.
The drums that we both held up.
Yes. So
we'll get there.
Yeah. So Drowning Pool played. They were great. Then Candlebox came on, and they were a lot more chill.
Yeah, but they were really good.
They were great music. It was just definitely different vibes than what we had. But like we were talking about, I think almost that was on purpose.
Yeah, to kind of help bring down the crowd a little bit.
Bring down the energy a little bit so that we aren't all passed out by the time that Nothing More comes on.
Kind of like your last call, if you will.
Yeah, exactly. So chilled out for Candlebox. I think we definitely took it easy on that one and tried to save our energy for Nothing More, which thank God we did.
God.
So Nothing More comes out, and first of all, that man is sexy.
Yeah, he's good looking.
Oh yeah. They're doing their performance. He's killing it. He's doing a phenomenal show.
Absolutely awesome.
Phenomenal. And so at one point, one of the stagehands comes down and sets up a ladder right in front of us. And we're like,
and I mean, right in front
literally
of us.
right in front of us. And we're just what is going on? We don't understand what's happening. And at first in my head, I thought maybe they needed more help with the crowd surfing. So
that's what I was
adding
thinking.
An extra ladder for that.
So bad.
Yeah. And let me tell you, if you live in Central New York, can you please just Google how to crowd surf properly?
Please, for the sake of God, or do yourself a favor and just go to a real festival
and
where it's allowed.
Learn the ropes.
Yes.
Because
and not just for being down on the ground, helping people along,
but if you go
follow the rules and regulations for if you're going up onto the crowd too, because damn,
it was really rough. And
we thought we were getting our asses handed to us during.
I can't believe I didn't write this down.
Oh, yeah.
So I almost got my lip ring ripped out of my face.
Like a fish with a fucking fishing lure. It was bad.
So this one girl came over, and, I go to help her come over. But right as she's coming over to me, she drops down a bit.
And she's
got on fishnets. And so as soon as, because security is right in front of us, obviously, because we're at the rail. So security goes to grab her and help her over. And as soon as they start to lift her up, I can feel that my lip ring is in her fishnets. And so I'm holding it, and I'm literally trying to pull her back down so they don't rip her up.
I know, and I remember telling the guard, wait. Yeah. She's stuck.
And so with one hand, I'm trying to hold her so that they don't pick her up.
Yeah.
And then this one, I'm trying to get it unhooked. And finally, and it,
where you just get fed up and you just fucking snap.
No.
No?
When you reach that point where you accept that something horrible is about to happen to you.
No, I try not to let it get to that point.
But neither do I. I usually fight real good, but I cross that point of, this is what's going to happen.
It is what it is.
And right as I was about to just be fuck, I was able to not get my lip ring unstuck necessarily, but rip her fishnets so that it would come out. And I remember I screamed too, because as soon as I cross that point of this thing is going to happen to me, that's when I'll scream. I can usually hold myself together really well until that moment. But I'm stop. But thankfully, I was able to rip them, and I got out free, but that was really close.
I know you looked at me. There was like a little tiny piece of like her fishnets like, dangling there. You're like, oh, whoa, yeah.
Yeah, that was scary. But yeah, so just kind of like, I don't know, learn how to crowd surf safely.
If you don't want to participate in crowd surfing, do not go near the barricade.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the security guards were telling people, if you don't want to be responsible for the crowd surfing, then don't be up front.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's just kind of part of the game. Is if you want to be in that spot, you do have to be willing to assist with that. Too chaotic with how many people who came, or who were crowd surfing, not who came, but who were crowd surfing. Mm-hmm. But I will say I give major props to the security, because although they did not have as many people, like
compared to incarceration.
Yeah, when there was you would have like a band of like 20.
I was going to say, yeah, we had like front. Per stage, it was like 20 guards.
Yeah, so this was definitely like a lot less people, and they did a fantastic job making sure that everybody stayed safe getting over from the crowd surfing. Like I saw a couple times where it was like maybe they'd be helping somebody over here, somebody would start coming up over there, and you'd see somebody catch it and just so they did such a good job. I'm just going to say one more time, if you live in Central New York and you want to crowd surf, just Google how to do it
properly
first. Please.
I am so tired of people getting dropped on my neck.
Yeah. So back to the story of the ladder.
Yes.
So they were set up the ladder in the front, and we're like, what is this for? We didn't get it. And then they're wrapping up the show, like it's coming to the end, and they're doing like a drum solo and stuff, and you see the stagehand run down one more time, but he's got the microphone in his hand. Mm-hmm. And so you pointed out to me, you're like, look, he's got the microphone. And
your eyes just went.
I said, oh my God, that means the singer, he's going to come right here, because he's waiting right in front of us. And so we're just like geeking out or whatever. And they finish their drum solo, and then they start jumping off the stage and bringing drums with them.
And I was just too busy like watching everything else. And all of a sudden there's this like snare drum in my face. I'm like, what? Why? And I'm thinking, are we passing this back? Mm-hmm. And I'm going to look at you to hand it to you. And I see you're already holding one. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah. So we're standing there holding up the drums, and the lead singer comes down, grabs the microphone from the guy, and
had his drumsticks,
stands up on the ladders right in front of us and plays the drums while we're holding them up for him.
That was nuts.
I truly will never forget that experience.
Me either. And that was my first time up at the rail as well. Like at the actual rail the whole time. So that was like the best experience of my life.
I'll put in a clip of the drums of when he did that, because I did take a little, I mean, I didn't take the video. Obviously, I was holding the drum. But there was a clip on one of the local news stations. So I'll put that in.
I was actually just going to bring up that the news station you're talking about, they did such a really good like videography of it real quick that we're actually in it several times.
Yes, we are. Yeah. We're like up front, and oh my God, it was just such a good experience. I mean, honestly, one of the best birthdays I could have ever had. We're never going to top this year. I'm sorry. Like, I don't think I don't see how.
I don't know. Saturday might be somewhat debatable. Do we tell the crowd, or should we just save that?
We'll save it for the next episode.
Okay, we're saving it for the next episode. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. Next episode is going to blow your mind.
Yeah. We're going to take it back to 2000, 2001.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. All right, that's everything for the Krockathon shows. So, they
And how we're still somehow alive.
honestly, seriously. So, I am completely sober from alcohol now, and you don't really drink anything much either.
Yeah.
So, our times going to concerts are definitely a little different
Hmm.
than they used to be back then. But
It's kind of funny to go to these events now, like when we were at incarceration, especially,
mhm.
and we were like, how did we handle this back then? Because if you had told me to
No,
do this
really,
shit now, I would be in the ER.
no, seriously. I'm like, how do people?
There's no
I
way.
don't get it.
I don't know how we did
Nope, no idea. Absolutely not.
it.
So, oh well. We made it through somehow.
Exactly. We got some cool ass fucking stories about it, at least.
Yep, yep. So thank you so much for watching. We will be back hopefully next week, although I will say with everything going on, if we end up needing to take a skip week, that might happen.
That might happen because we're going to a really big concert
Mm.
this weekend. Like, it's huge.
Yeah, and we're traveling out of state. It's going to be, and I just got back from, like,
So we've already discussed how this one needs an Excel sheet for
yeah.
her daily concert
I just
life.
got back from Cleveland where I was at MGK Day, and so I saw two shows there
Hmm.
and spent most of the weekend literally like waiting outside in the hot sun in lines. Drove back here. We're filming this episode, and then in 2 days we're leaving to go to Philadelphia.
For another show.
Yeah,
And then when we come back later that week is when the state fair starts, and
oh,
we're actually going to 9 concerts
that's gonna be a whole nother
during the
episode
state
for
fair.
real.
Yeah. So like we actually bought the daily fair
Mhm.
ticket passes this year because it's absolutely pointless
The
to just
lineup
pay
is
daily.
insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's, if we end up taking a skip episode, that's why we're just gathering more experiences to talk
It's
about on
also
the
kind of why the
podcast.
page has been a little quiet
Yeah.
too. We're either at a show or recovering from said show.
Yeah.
So
This is our season.
on top of still working and having our social lives.
Yeah, this is our season. So like in the fall and the winter, there's a little less shows and stuff.
Mhm.
So we'll be able to keep up a
But
little
we
bit
have
better.
plenty of episode ideas, so you'll be seeing our faces all winter long.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye.